A somber Monday morning to all of you. I hope that you are all well. You are all COVID free. And for those of you who unfortunately may have had contracted COVID, I just pray that you are asymptomatic, like many of my friends. And for those with family members in the hospital, we are with you in prayer and wishing that your loved ones will recover. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, and you are watching the program Agenda. You may notice the regulars who view Agenda may notice that we are a bit somber today. Yes, because it has been a very trying past week. Many of us are just beginning to realize that what we thought was a battle we were about to win has just overrun us. Kumbaga, no, alam na natin ngayon yung pakiramdam na itataas mo na lang yung bandera ng pagwawagi, eh biglang kinanyong ka ng kalaban. So we are facing a very difficult challenge. The government is facing countless challenges, and we must all come together in unity against COVID-19, particularly in this time when variants abound. Alam niyo po, ang problema hindi lang yung COVID. Ang problema yung bagong klase ng COVID. Mabilis nang makahawa. Ang problema, marami pang sa mga nahahawa, hindi alam na tinamaan na sila. I have friends. In fact, one of my friends in the PBA, tinamaan siya ng COVID last Thursday. Kaninang umaga, nagpadala ng litrato sa akin. Nagsa-sunbathing na doon sa kanyang terrace. Yung bang balkonahe, hindi terrace, balkonahe doon sa kanilang kondo. Nagpapaaraw sila ng misis niya dahil pareho silang tinamaan. So, in other words, they are okay. Ito nga, nakuha ko yung ito, medyo, ako Bishop, okay na okay. Misis ko, yung likod lang niya, ang medyo iniinda niya, medyo mabigat daw ang pakiramdam. Pero nagsa-sunbathing na po, no? Sa grupo kasi namin, sa Bible chat namin. In any case, I do hope you are all coping. I think that's the best word right now, coping. We need to cope with what we are facing, and we need to just keep on fighting. Today is March 29, 2021. Baka sakali lang naman na pagkatapos ng March 31, gumaanggaan na ang pakiramdam ng buong bansa at ng buong mundo. Kasi alam nyo, sinasabi nila yan March 15 is the Ides of March. Yun daw yung araw ng malas sa mga Romano, with the Romans, because it is the day of paying debts. Ang problema dito sa Ides of March natin, it is the day of ewan ko ba, medyo kumbaga hindi lang utang ang binabayaran, hindi lang kasalanan ang binabayaran, marami buhay na ang binayad. Okay, so let's move on. March 29, 2021, Monday. It is the beginning of the Holy Week. And we are calling on everyone, all our viewers, magdasal po tayo. Let us just fervently pray for protection, for the Lord to give us a hedge of protection. And let's move on now to the front page. Okay. The front page of the Philippine Star tells us, Malacanang vows to provide assistance to workers affected by the enhanced community quarantine. The country's economic managers are expected to discuss the details today. Nagkataon naman po na isa sa mga bisita natin ngayong umaga ay walang iba kung hindi si Kalihim Silvestre Bello III ng Department of Labor and Employment. We will ask Secretary Bello what the plans are, what the situation is, etc. Meanwhile, the Transportation Department announces there will be no further cut in the capacities of various public transport modes. Earlier, the agency said the capacities will be reduced to 20 to 30% under ECQ from the previous 50%. Ang problema nga lang po, Secretary Art Tugade, marami sa mga PUB ay nagkakalituhan kasi marami raw po doon sa mga jeepney. They thought that by putting the plastic barriers, everything is okay na. Ngayon, mukhang one seat apart sa mga bus, sa mga vans, and 50% sitting capacity only. So, wag na po tayong magmaang-maangan, magtanga-tangahan kasi ang napeperwisyo po yung mga pasahero. Doon po sa mga kaibigan nating sumasakay ng jeepney, bus, etc. Alamin nyo na yan. Dapat 50% capacity. Kasi kumisan po, ipipilit natin yung sarili natin. Kita mo nang medyo puno na, hindi na 50% capacity, sasakay ka. Pagdating naman sa checkpoint, pabababain din kayong lahat. Sorry Gab, medyo may editorial dito. Sa akin lang po, no? 3 days of work left in this Holy Week. You might as well just find some odd jobs in your neighborhood or just stay home and mag-fasting na lang po kayo. Kasi ganun din eh. Magigising ka madaling araw, magbibihis ka, maghihintay ka ng oras para makasakay ng jeep o ng bus. Pagkatapos pagdating sa checkpoint, pabababain ka, palalakarin ka rin. Wag na lang. Okay, moving forward. The government eyes to reduce the number of COVID cases by 25%. Yesterday, the country recorded 9,475 new cases. Yun po, no, medyo itong eyeing 25%. Suggestion lang po, Secretary Roque, huwag nyo nang gamitin yung ganyang sistema kasi nung ginamit yan, 8,000 yung ating mark nung sinabi yan ni Secretary Roque, ngayon 9,475. Maya-maya nyo ka mo, sasabihin niyan, ang target pala, pataasin ng 25%. Ayun po, no? This is just a lesson in communication. Stop setting specific goals in a situation where you have absolutely no control. You want to show we want to exemplify leadership, calm, control, etc. Pero kuminsan po, wag na lang maglagay ng mga number kung hindi, parang PBA. Sabihin mo, gusto namin tambakan sila by 10 points. O sige, plus 10 pa kayo. O ngayon, plus ano tayo, 1,475 lang. Okay. In other news, the Archdiocese of Manila is urging heads of Catholic families to take the place of priests and lead Lenten prayers at home as live streams of masses and other activities are made available. Ayan po. Kumbaga, nako, teacher ka na, professor ka na, pari ka pa. Wala. Alam niyo po, biblical naman po lahat yan. Because the man, and in modern days, the mother, the woman, are the ones that are supposed to lead their families. Okay? You are supposed to be the prophet, you're the pastor, teacher, etc. Katulad din ng mga nanay, maraming roles. So, let us assume the most important role of all is to be the spiritual head of the family. Kasi kung ano po ang pinakikita ng ama at pagkatapos pinapakita ng ina, yun po ang magiging pamumuhay ng mga anak. Okay, let's now proceed. I wonder, let me just check if our guest is ready. Okay, wala pa. Yun na, nandito na. Si Secretary Silvestre Bello III. Secretary Bello, good morning po, sir.
Morning, Cito. Magandang umaga. Happy Lenten season.
Ako sana nga happy pero naaawa na ako sa inyong mga government official. Although at times we may not agree on certain things, you have my sympathy, all of you, because I do not want your job, not even for all the millions in the world. Ano pong first question, Secretary? I want to say I hope you are strong and doing well, and all of your family members, sir.
Thank you, Cito, for your understanding. Very few are of that thinking kasi kadalasan binabatikos na kami.
Opo.
Thanks God, okay pa naman ako. I had my PCR test last Saturday afternoon, naging negative naman. So I'm ready for another week for this itong ECQ week natin.
Okay. Now, there are two top questions on the mind of many people. Unahin na natin yung ayuda sa mga trabahante, sa mga laborer. Kasi sabi nila, pag-uusapan pa lang daw. May mga nagsabi naman na pag-uusapan pa yun, ginagawa na ng DOLE dati yan. Namigay na sila ng pera. Di, pabayaan na lang yung DOLE ang mag-asikaso niyan. Mr. Secretary, how are we going to give out this ayuda to those who are not going to be working?
Well, unang-una Sito, yung statement na pinag-aralan pa how to extend another cash assistance to our workers who will be or not only workers, for everybody will be affected by this ECQ. New SAP, ito yung ibibigay na tulong ng Department of Social Welfare. So, yun po lang ang pinag-aralan nila. Kasi nagre-request si Secretary Bautista na kung maaari, kasi bilisan ito, diretso na yung downloading ng pera, diretso sa local government, sa local para sila na agad magbigay. So, sabi niya kasi kung idadaan pa sa DSWD, baka sa proseso, hindi aabot sa tamang panahon. Okay? Now, on part of our department po, ongoing po yung aming amelioration fund for our informal workers, our formal workers, and even our OFW workers. Ongoing po yan, Sito.
Okay. Now, paano po ang gagawin dito sa mga kumpanya na medyo ayaw nung work from home? Kasi ito po, no, may nagpaabot sa akin, Secretary, meron daw bangko, hindi ko nasasabihin kung anong bangko ito, may namatay na empleyado due to COVID-19. Ang isang ni-raise sa akin na concern is, Sir, hindi ba dapat pagka ganon yung isang office ay namatayan, hindi ba dapat sara kagad yung office na yon at tapos ay pa-disinfect ng ilang araw? Kasi parang pumapasok pa rin daw yung mga tao.
Ang gagawin namin dyan, Sito, is to immediately send our labor inspectors, yung labor standard inspectors natin para we'll find out kung ano extent ng COVID transmission dun sa opisina na yon. At kapag walag na talagang matindi ang contamination ng office na yon, we might recommend yung temporary closure ng office na yon.
Okay, so are these are companies required to report under pain of law to inform the DOLE na namatayan po kami, etc. Kasi yung parang nung sinabi sa akin, parang sir, confidential kasi baka balikan kami, parang tinatago.
Actually, Chito, hindi problema yan dahil ngayong umaga pa lamang, we are going to mobilize all our labor standard inspectors. Talagang bibisitahin lang ng business establishment and we have 5,000 for that. The whole fight ito, Chito, to see to it that all business establishments are compliant. Kailangan we have to be sure that our workplaces are safe.
Okay, tungkol naman dun sa mga testing because one of the several health experts have said our best defense regarding COVID-19 is not just the vaccine but testing. Kayo, linggo-linggo, tinetesting ka, RT-PCR, etc. Kanya medyo naawa na rin ako sa'yo. Masakit-sakit din yan pag linggo-linggo. Pero should we require companies na to do this? Kasi yung compromise is to keep the economy alive. The problem is, by keeping the economy alive, we are also keeping COVID alive because with the new variants, it's highly transmissible. But the problem is, it is mostly asymptomatic. And then, iuuwi sa mga pamilya. So, may mga suggestion na dapat siguro ngayon mandatory testing na pagkatapos isama na lang yan sa mga costs and exemptions of business. Kumbaga parang gusto ng gobyerno mabuhay ekonomiya, di dapat bigyan ng credit or ewan ko ba kung paano tawag doon para mag-testing lahat ng kumpanya.
Actually, Sito, we have an emergency meeting today at 9 o'clock. And after our meeting today, we intend to meet with ECO, ito yung confederation, to, well, first of all, to encourage them to engage yung sinasabi ninyo na ipatest lahat. Pero again, this cannot be mandatory. Pakikiusapan lang natin sila. Anyway, yung gagawin naman nila will be for the good of the company and the workers.
Mm-hmm.
Ayun. So, pakiusapan namin sila. That's why we are going to meet with them anytime, maybe by tomorrow. By tomorrow, we'll be meeting with them.
Okay, the tradition has been if it's a holiday, we pay our workers double. May idea naman that during this Holy Week, in alignment with the government's ECQ and attempt to bring down the numbers, baka naman pwedeng with pay but don't work for the next 2 days, emergency declaration or kung whatever. Kasi natatawa ka, Sec, no? Pero pasensya ka na, I'm just trying to come up with crazy ideas because naglilibing po kami. I just lost a dear friend and my churchmate medyo malungkot. And then yung aking pastor ay nasa ICU ngayon. So parang sabi ko, baka naman pwedeng magsakripisyo na muna itong mga kumpanya at mag-holiday na talaga. Wala munang pasukan pero magsweldo. Secretary. Secretary, medyo, hello sir. Okay, medyo nawala yata or, ayun yun, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead sir.
Hindi ko narinig yung last portion ng statement ninyo, Sito.
Yes sir, isn't it possible for employees to just be allowed to go on holiday with pay? Imbis na holiday double pay?
Kung hindi sila mag-report at it is
Okay, I think we have a lag problem with the good secretary. Ayun, nadidinig ko yung audio niya. I think the secretary is using his phone. Sir. Okay, dokie. I think that's a problem there. We will try to get back to Secretary kasi sabi ko naman huwag mo nang gamitin yung telepono mong na-snatch eh. In any case, ayun po, we are trying to come up with solutions. The DOLE is trying to come up with solutions. Ang DSWD, maganda yung suggestion ng DSWD. Imbis na idadaan pa sa kanila yung ayuda para sa mga mamamayan, idiretso na lang sa mga barangay. Why? Kasi ito po ang problema. Many of those who are listed, ang ginawa palang sistema ay they will be contacted through their cell phones. So, kung ikaw ay nasa listahan, you are entitled to the ayuda, they will call you. The problem is because the ayuda was a one-time or two-time thing in a period of 1 year, medyo hindi na umasa yung maraming tao, lalo na nung nagno-normalize na. Ang problema, hindi naman nag-normalize yung buhay nila. Their lives did not get any better because the economy simply got worse. Nobody's fault. This is all COVID, okay? What happened was many of those people nagsanla. They pawned, parang pawn stars, they pawned their phones or they sold their phones because kailangan kumain, kailangan makabayad ng utang, etc. May kilala nga ako, sinanla, manok, para lang magka-cellphone dahil kailangan daw na doon sa tindahan. Okay? In any case, ang nangyari po mga kaibigan ay, okay, Secretary Bello is back. Let's try again, please.
talking about yung non-working holiday.
Yes,
Eh,
sir.
yun, kung pwede yung ating mga workers, hindi naman kailangan pumasok dahil Holy Week nga, and pwede ba silang bayaran? Yes, under the law, if it's a non-working holiday and the worker does not report to office, meron pa rin siyang pay. And if he
Mhm.
report to office, then it's double ang kanyang pay.
Okay. Sige, at least malinaw po yan. Ano? Meron daw pong suggestion si Senator Ontiveros to classify COVID-19 as occupational disease o siguro parang sinasabing part of hazard pay or something. Paano ba yung occupational disease na yan? Hindi ko naintindihan yan, Secretary.
Siguro what the senator means is that it is a labor or employment related. Wala we agree with with Senator Risa Ontiveros. In fact, the Occupational Health and Safety Council is recommending to increase the benefits for every employee who is contaminated or kung namatay because of COVID, tataasan nila yung benefits.
Mhm. Okay, kung namatay.
Yes, kung namatay, tataasan, mas mataas. And then, under normal situation, tataasan yung yun ang recommendation ng council na taasan yung benefits na ibigay doon sa worker.
Papaano, Secretary, kung tinamaan ka ng COVID sa workplace? Kasi nagpabaya yung management or kasi hindi sinunod yung protocol, etc. Nadali ka sa opisina. Meron bang claim siyan? Di ba parang meron kayong opisina sa DOLE na pag may work-related or workplace-related,
Meron,
yes, sir.
tama ka dyan, Cito. Meron. That is covered under the jurisdiction of the Employees Compensation Commission. Pagka
Mhm.
work-related yung sakit mo or injuries mo, meron kang benefits na matatanggap. Yung nga binanggit ko, kung COVID, ang recommendation ng OSHC ay gawing mas mataas kaysa ordinary illness.
Mhm.
Ayan po.
Okay, now ito yung isa pang medyo nabulaga ako when I was reading the briefer sent to me by the team agenda. Meron daw 300 million pesos pa ang DOLE na hindi nakukuha ng mga laborer o ng mga kumpanya. Parang, hello, ang daming daing ng tulong, nangungutang. Pagkatas dyan, may 300 million pala dyan, sir.
Totoo yan, Sito. In fact, last week, I already called for a meeting dahil talagang nadidelay yung payout, especially our overseas Filipino workers. Kasi
Mm.
ang remittance namin to them is through yung remittance center. Kaya pinasasabihan ko lahat ng mga regional directors ko and even our senior officials na kausapin nyo yung mga remittance center na yan. Baka kako, deliberate yung pagdidelay nila. Kasi kako, baka, sa dami ng pera na dinimigay natin sa mga remittance center, billions yan dito eh. Baka
Mm.
kako, i-invest nila bago nila pinipay out yung aming mga workers. So, in fact, I already encourage our regional directors to talk with RCBC kasi mabilis ang RCBC sa remittance.
Mhm.
Actually, problema sito masyadong ang mga requirements. Like for example, meron dumating sa akin na yung pangalan niya is Mario Cruz Jr.
Oh.
Ngayon, pag-claim niya, wala siyang pinakitang junior. Kaya ayaw bigyan. Sabi ko, ano ba naman kayo? Anyway, his name appears before yung inventaryo ng OWA. Ibigay nyo na. So, alam mo kasi minsan, masyadong meticuloso. They are very strict in the compliance with the requirements na nadidelay. So, may nadidelay yan. Pero ongoing pa rin yan, Sito.
Pero
Ongoing yan.
is this simply delay, Mr. Secretary, or talagang baka hindi alam ng tao? Kasi yung system ba natin is so fluid. Kasi nung binasa ko nga yung briefer, may sinabi yung spokesperson ninyo na malamang at malamang yung ibang hindi nakakakuha ng ayuda nila, hindi makontak kasi wala na yung mga cellphone. Eh sabi ko malamang nasanla na yung mga cellphone, kanya maganda yung sinasabing suggestion na ipadala na lang sa barangay.
In fact, ito, we are doing our best to inform everybody about the availability of this cash assistance. Napaka-strict ang direktiba ni President Duterte na mahalaga na yung tulong na yan ay makarating sa tamang panahon at the soonest possible time. Kasi sabi niya, gutom yung tao. Pag mabagal ang payout ninyo, malaking problema yan. That is why our instruction to all our officers, implementors, is fast track the payment. Fortunately, doon sa isang programa namin yung sa emergency employment program, mabilis. Yung sa camp naman, yung para sa mga formal work, mabilis din. Ang medyo nabibinbin lang dito sa payout ng ating mga overseas Filipino workers. Pero we're
Oh,
trying our best to improve the system so that we can deliver the assistance at the soonest possible time.
okay, what about companies and company employees? Kasi natatandaan ko during our first round with COVID-19, may mga pumuri, may tumawag nga sa akin kaibigan ko na contractor. And sabi niya, Kuyang, kahit pahirapan yung palista, yung processing, nakakuha kami ng assistance from DOLE and it helped 19 employees in his company. Sabi niya, kung hindi, baon ako sa utang para lang palutangin yung mga tao ko. So nagpapasalamat siya sa DOLE. What about this second round? What can companies, private firms, and private employees expect from DOLE?
Tuloy-tuloy ang aming pagbigay ng assistance sa mga employees na displaced because of COVID-19. All we need from our employers is for them to submit to us yung pay ng mga employees na na-displace. Ngayon,
Mm.
kapag hindi nila ginawa yun, may mga employers din ko minsan, medyo alanganin yung payroll nila, natatakot sila na pag-submit, baka madiscover. So what we do is communicate directly sa mga employees and allow or request the employees to submit their names and their addresses, and through remittance center, we will send the benefits to them. And
So,
so far,
mm.
maganda payout namin sa mga formal workers.
Okay, so kahit anong gawing pagtatago, lalabas at lalabas dahil yung empleyado, dediretso rin naman sa DOLE para maka-apply ng loan assistance or ng cash assistance program.
Tama po yan, Cito. Tama po yan. No?
Okay, other issue yung tungkol sa mga nurses kasi maski na si
Yes.
Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin nagsabi, constitutional right of nurses to find jobs abroad if we don't pay them well enough. Ano po ba talaga ang magagawa natin because it's a a push-pull situation at may nagsasabi imbestigahan kasi kung ano yung dapat na government-mandated salary for nurses whether in the private or public hospitals para hindi na kailangan umalis ng Filipino nurses.
Well, Cito, as far as pay is concerned, totoo naman na mas mataas ang pay ng mga nurses and healthcare workers in the public sector. Pero merong pending bill, and this is authored, and we co-authored it, and it is authored principally by Congressman Pulong Duterte. This bill proposes that the compensation and other benefits of all nurses and healthcare workers in the private sector will be elevated to the level of the healthcare workers in the public sector. Pending po yan sa Congress.
Mm.
But
So, one payroll for all.
yes po, yun ang ni Congressman Duterte, which we co-sponsored, na magkapareho pay scale ng ating mga nurses, whether in the private or the public sector. Pero talking about nurses, Cito, wala namang ban of deployment. Ang inano lang namin, we came up with a cap. Yung limitation. Kasi mahirap naman pag pinayagan mo yan. Kaya sabi mo nga, at mataas ang benefits abroad. Baka
Mhm.
magsipan lahat yan, mawalan tayo ng nurses. And considering our situation here, baka it will come to a point na we will have no workers to attend to the needs of our countrymen. So
Yung
meron
bang
limitation, walang
y-
deployment.
yung bang work environment ng mga nurses sa secretary, kaninong responsibility yan? Kasi isa pang lumalabas na issue ngayon, bakit nadadali na naman yung ating mga nurses? Kasi mismong China, yung team nila na nagpunta dito, nagsabi sa atin, in the face of COVID and given the high transmission rates, dapat ang mga health workers should not work longer than 4 hours. Kumbaga, no, i-cycle. Hindi naman sinabing iksian lang yung work, pero kumbaga, no, i-cycle, number one. Number two, dapat after what we've learned, dapat sureball na safe zone para sa mga health workers. Pero marami na naman daw nako-contaminate. Kanino bang responsibilidad yan? DOLE ba yan o DOH?
When it comes to healthcare workers in the private sector, ito, that is our responsibility. Pag sa
Mm.
public sector, it's the Civil Service Commission. Oh, pero having said that, that's the reason why we are conducting regularly yung labor law and standard inspection para sa ganoon ma-check natin na yung
Correct.
workplaces ng mga nurses ay safe. Kailangan ma-check natin na safe ang workplaces ng ating mga healthcare workers.
Okay, well, maraming salamat Secretary Bello, and I hope that in your meeting this morning ma-address yung mga issues na yan, pati na yung salary na for one salary for all ni Congressman Duterte. And thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ito, and God bless you too.
Okay, that's Secretary Silvestre Bebot Bello III. Ayun po, nadinig niyo naman yung mga sagot. May mga ayudang maasahan, may ayudang dadating. Checkin ninyo sa mga remittance center at pag pinapahirapan kayo, isumbong sa media. Okay, kung hindi, kay Secretary Bello. We will go for a break. When we return, let's go to our next guest. Actually, hindi na siya guest. Regular na siya. Barkada ko pa. Dr. Maricar Limpin. We will be right back. back here on Agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, and you are watching us via Signal TV, channels 8 and channel 250, as well as on facebook.com/onenewsph, and through the courtesy and fantastic services of PLDT Fiber Internet. Now, let's go to our next guest, regular on agenda, Vice President of the Philippine College of Physicians, Dr. Maricar Limpin. Doctor, good morning.
Hello, good morning Sito and good morning sa mga televiewers natin.
Okay, Doctor Maricar, medyo may mga pointed questions ako. Ewan ko kung nabasa mo yung column ko today. Baka bugbugin ako ng mga kaibigan kong doktor, pero I have a reason. Here's my point. We definitely have a problem with health facilities dahil punong-puno na. Sobrang daming hospital na ang puno, pati mga doktor, nurses nagkakasakit na muli. And then, isa pang na-experience ko kahapon, yung paghahanap ng mga kakaiba or special medicines. Like, I had to look for a medicine assisting yung aking pamangkin na anak ng aking pastor. I had to call so many friends para lang malaman na meron naman palang available, pipila ka lang talaga. Now, it occurred to me, Doktora, if we don't have enough facilities and we don't have enough room, shouldn't we come up with a first aid medical or medicinal kit, so to speak, para sa mga Pilipino sa bahay? Yung may kakayanan o yung at least kahit papano maibsan. Kasi ang sinasabi nila, if you are young, you are asymptomatic, etc., etc., eh, sa bahay ka na lang muna kung hindi ka pa naman seryoso o hindi ka pa malala. Yun lang kung matanda ka na, may ibarami kang sakit at malala ka, doon ka na pumunta sa ospital. Ang sabi ko, can't you as a doctor, doktora, just prescribe to your patients and your friends medicines that they can take that you would be giving us anyway if we were actually in triage or admitted to the hospital if there were space. Kumbaga, parang telemedicine pa rin, pero naka-ready na sa bahay namin. Doktora.
Yes, Sito, actually, ginagawa na namin yan, ano? So lahat ng mga pasyente namin na hindi naman kailangan ma-admit sa hospital, so pinapa-isolate namin sila at may kakayahan naman sila doon sa kanilang bahay na mag-isolate, no? So pinagagawa namin yan. And in fact, binibigyan din namin ng mga gamot na tingin namin na makakatulong sa kanila habang nandoon sila sa bahay. Unfortunately, Sito, may mga gamot, yung mga proven mga medicines na according to the trials na ginawa, no, na kung saan participate din ng Pilipinas. So, yung recovery trial. So, like yung remdesivir, ito yung gamot na to ay binibigay through IV. So, definitely, kahit na gusto kong ibigyan yung mga pasyente ko na mild, no? Although, hindi pa kasi siya talaga indicated for mild, no? Hindi rin talaga namin pwedeng ibigay dahil sa number one, wala namang kakayahan yung mga nasa bahay para i-administer yung gamot through IV. So, definitely, pag IV administration ng gamot, kailangan nasa ospital siya. And true enough, usually, yung mga pasyenteng yan yung mga binibigyan namin ng remdesivir, yung mga medyo may problema na sa oxygenation, no? Yung kung medyo mababa yung oxygen at saka medyo may konting hingal, ay sinasabihan na talaga namin na magpa-ospital. Now, kung makakakita siguro sila ng isang nurse na pwedeng pumunta sa kanila at mag-administer ng gamot sa bahay, ay pwede rin naman na nasa bahay, no? Ang magiging problema lang talaga dyan, Sito, will be yung monitoring, no? Siyempre, kung once a day lang pupunta yung nurse na yon sa kanilang bahay, kung sakaling may makita silang papayag, no? Medyo mahirap na na maging kampante ang isang doktor na minsan lang siya titignan, no? So mas maganda pa rin na nasa ospital yung pasyente.
Pasensya ka na, doktora, no? Kasi hinahanap ko yung mga gamot na nilista ko sa column ko. Kasi I surveyed several doctors and I asked for their advice. What can we keep in our medicine cabinet just in case? Pero kasi halos wala na akong kilalang tao na hindi natamaan ng COVID ang family member or kamag-anak, no? So, ang sinabi sa akin, azithromycin or azithromax, sabi nila, no? Isa 'yon. Pangalawa, itong ano ba yung ano ito, fluimucil. Yung para raw pang tunaw ng ano, ng plema.
Naprema,
Tapos
yes.
tapos ano yun, budesonide, Symbicort, yung inhaler.
Yes, para sa hika naman yon, ano. Well, number one, no, yung
Mm.
azithromycin, ibibigay talaga namin yan. Lalo na kung hindi kami sigurado kung viral or bacterial yung cause ng infection, ano. So, para mas sigurado, nagbibigay din kami ng azithromycin. In fact, lahat ng mga pasyenteng na hindi ina-admit, most likely, naka-azithromycin yan, no? But this is antibiotic. And to be honest, no, sa mga mild cases, dahil wala naman silang mga, ibig sabihin nito, Sito, wala silang makikitang pneumonia sa x-ray. No, maaaring may symptoms sila pero wala silang makikita, normal yung magiging x-ray nila. So medyo mahirap na magbigay ng azithromycin nang wala namang dahilan. No, remember Sito, iisipin din namin yung possibility na mag-develop ng resistance yung mga tao dito sa gamot na ito. And this is actually a very common drug na piniprescribe namin para sa mga community-acquired pneumonia. No? So,
Okay.
isang problema ang makukuha natin if magpe-prescribe tayo ng isang antibiotic na hindi naman kailangan. So, yung pag-develop ng resistance.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
ayaw din natin na basta-basta umiinom yung mga pasyente ng
Siyempre.
walang indikasyon.
Yeah,
Pangalawa,
Oh.
yung fluimucil, okay. Ginagamit namin yan. And in fact, piniprescribe namin yan. But unfortunately, sa mga talagang may COVID-19 patients, kahit magbigay ka ng isang katutak na N-acetylcysteine, no? That is the generic name. N-acetylcysteine ay maaaring hindi rin makatulong. Kasi talaga, ang primary problem ng COVID-19, dry cough. No? At kahit ang ibigay talaga namin, hindi nakakatulong at hindi talaga siya yung ine-expect naming action para from the medicine, yung tunawin ang plema, hindi nangyayari. Hindi namin nakikita yon. No,
Okay.
except probably sa mga pasyente siguro may hika, nakakatulong ng konti, and therefore, binibigay namin yon.
Okay,
Now,
let me just clarify, Doktora, no, and ladies and gentlemen, I am not promoting self-medication here. Hindi po tama yung basta-basta na lang kayo bibili ng kahit anong gamot. Ang sinasabi ko po, kausapin nyo yung doktor ninyo kahit sa telepono o sa computer lang at sabihin nyo, Dok, nangangamba ko. Ano ba ang pwede kong inumin dahil alam mo naman yung aking background and medical history. At sundin po ninyo yung sinasabi ng doktor. Hindi po ito yung bara-bara, bahala ka na, bye. Okay, so doktora, may I cut in first, no? Kasi merong katanungan na hindi na-address eh. How do I know that I may have COVID? Kasi uusapan, baka eto nga, may nag-text lang, baka trangkaso lang yan, bro. Parang sabi ko, tinamaan na ng ewan, paano bang gagawin namin dito? How do we tell, or when do I have reason to believe I have COVID-19?
Actually, Sito, lahat sa ngayon, lahat ng tao na kung merong lagnat o kaya ay parang feeling nila feverish sila, pero pag tinignan nila yung temperature nila, wala naman talagang lagnat. O kaya may konting chills o chilly sensation, yung mga sakit-sakit ng kasukasuan, at saka yung biglang tumamlay, kahit may konting sipon, kahit walang ubo, yung mga yan yung mga tinatawag nating flu-like symptoms, no?
Mhm.
Sito. Ang we cannot differentiate flu from COVID. Parehas
Mm.
ang kanilang manifestations. And that is why lahat ng mga pasyenteng ganyan ang nararamdaman, kailangan nating i-test sila for COVID-19.
Mhm.
That's the only way we will know.
Ang problema kasi yun na nga yung problema, yung confusing messages. Dahil sinasabi naman natin, kung ganito lang nararamdaman mo, sa bahay ka na lang muna. Gusto ko magpa-test eh. Ang testing nasa ospital. Paano po yan, doktora?
Yes, Sito, may I just remind everyone, ang testing po ay wala lang sa ospital. Hindi lang po yan sa ospital makikita. May mga private laboratories po tayo na nasa community. No? And that is why very important. Although sinasabi namin dapat nasa bahay lang yan, pero hindi ho nangangahulugan na hindi kayo magpapatingin. In fact, mas sasabihin namin magpatingin kayo. Huwag lang yung pumunta kagad kayo sa ospital. Kasi ang ospital, last resort natin ito. So, pumunta ho tayo doon sa mga health centers, sa mga private clinics, sa mga clinics diyan. Minsan, di ba, meron tayong mga clinics na nasa mall, no? Yung
Oo.
may sa mall, may QualiMed sa mall, no? Merong Healthway.
Mm.
Magpuntahan ho tayo doon sa mga clinic na ito. Itong mga community clinics natin, doon ho tayo magpunta. And I am sure mabibigyan ho niya tayo ng information kung saan ho tayo pwedeng magpa-test for COVID-19.
Doktora, just a thought, no? Meron lang akong na-realize talking to you. Kanya gusto kong kausap ka eh. Di ba sa Amerika, pwedeng mag-inject yung pharmacist ng vaccine? Correct? Hindi ba pwedeng isama na natin itong Watson, Mercury at South Star drug na meron silang available nung saliva test? Ewan ko kasi alam ko kinukonsulta ka rin ng IATF at kayong mga doktor. Parang baka mas madali pa yun eh. Kasi ako nakakapunta pa naman ako sa drugstore. Baka kung magtayo sila ng booth doon, maparami natin ang mapapatesting. Suggestion lang po yun, doktora.
I think pwede naman yon as long as alam ng mga tao kung ano ang gagawin. Kasi test lang naman to. And in the end, yung specimen, kailangang ibigay yon doon sa laboratory. But according naman doon sa mga kaibigan natin no, from the labs, no, kakailanganin nila ng medyo significant na number ng laway no para ma-consider nila na adequate yung specimen for testing no so kung paunti-unti lang din yung laway hindi ho po pwede yon therefore ang kailangan dito yung kung sino man no ang hihinga natin ng tulong kailangan yung mga taong yon ay maka-receive ng proper training para alam ho nila kung ano yung tamang specimen na kailangang i-collect for submission for testing. No, para
Okay.
hindi po magbalik-balik yung pasyente, kawawa naman yung tao kapag pabalik-balik ko.
Okay. Yun na nga, no, nabanggit mo na yung salitang pabalik-balik. I'm just worried that, and I support the government's decision for ECQ, no, and any form of control to intended to bring down COVID-19. Pero ang palaisipan dito, okay, mapapababa na naman natin to, sigurado. Walang duda yan, mapapababa naman natin to. Pero tataas na naman yan pag binuksan mo na naman yung koral, ano, so to speak. Now, what are your reactions with this ECQ? Kasi ako, parang padamihin mo lahat ng testing. Para magkaalaman na sino ba talaga meron. But what is your reaction to this latest ECQ? How do you think will it affect the situation and the work that doctors do?
Yes, yung ECQ is actually something, is a welcome intervention from government, no? As far as a healthcare worker is concerned. Kasi talagang punong-puno na po ang mga ospital. At marami po sa amin na mga healthcare workers ay natamaan din, ano? May sakit po ngayon. So, I can say na talagang medyo kulang po kami. No? So, talagang naramdaman ho namin na noong nag-announce ang Malacanang ng ECQ, syempre, that is something that we would welcome. Kasi 1 week din yan kahit paano. But then again, looking at this intervention, I can actually say that this is just a temporary intervention. Okay? So, bakit temporary? As you said, after 1 week, we can expect during that time, medyo makokontrol natin yung pandemic. But afterwards, pag bumalik na naman tayo doon sa dati, kung ang behavior natin ay hindi magbabago, yung palagi pa rin tayong hindi sumusunod doon sa minimum health protocols. And most importantly, yung government side, no? Lalo na po yung local government unit, pati na rin po ang business community. Kung hindi ho yan magre-respond ng tama, no, doon sa ginawa ng ating gobyerno ngayong 1 week, no? So after 1 week, balik na naman tayo sa dati. So tataas, magiging baliwala itong 1 week na ECQ na ito. So ang pinaka-importante dito ay ilagay natin yung mas medyo long-term na intervention na talagang magiging significant ang pag-contain ng pandemic. At dito nakasalalay yung adherence at saka yung pagpapatupad ng mga LGUs. Kasi, Sito, iba-iba ang requirement natin eh. Tingnan mo, yung requirement ng pagpupunta ka, lalabas ka ng Metro Manila, merong lugar na hindi nagre-require ng RT-PCR. Meron naman lugar na magre-require ng RT-PCR. Bakit hindi na lang natin gawin pare-parehas? Kasi yun yung problema eh. Pag hindi ka nag-require ng RT-PCR, maaari yung risk na ikaw ay magkaroon ng outbreak dyan dahil may tinanggap ka na positive for COVID. So, kawawa naman yung lugar mo. So, importante dapat pare-parehas. Then secondly, contact tracing. No? We did quite well doon sa after nung mag-time out kami, no? So, nag-contact tracing, medyo okay. But after a few months, nag-relaxo ang contact tracing. In fact, kung papansinin mo ninyo, kapapansinin mo, Sito, no? Ang DILG announced na yung budget nila for contact tracers ay i-stop nila. Kasi 'di ba nag-increase sila ng budget, sila yung lagay ng pondo para masweldohan yung mga contact tracers. 'Di ba nag-announce sila nung December na hihinto na nila yan by January. Kasi wala na eh. No, mababa na yung infection rate natin noon eh, no? But look at what happened right now. So importante yung contact tracing, and we are recommending, and sana pakinggan ho kami, isang klaseng contact tracing system na lang ho ang gamitin natin. Isa-isang application, pare-parehas. Para ho sa ganun, alam ho natin, natitrace natin yung ano nangyayari sa isang tao, saan siya pumunta, mas madali ho kung iisa lang yung app na ginagamit natin. So very important yung contact tracing. And then of course, yung isa pang napaka-importante, yung testing. Now we need to do that, and I agree with you, Cito, on that point. No, in fact, we even recommended already to the president na instead na yung usual na swab test, no, na doon sa ilong at saka sa lalamunan, pwede nating gamitin na yung saliva test.
Okay. So in the end, it is all on the shoulders of every Filipino. Nasa mamamayan na ang kasagutan, wag na nating iasa o iatang sa pamahalaan.
Ang primary responsibility talaga nasa bawat Pilipino. Pero syempre, the bigger responsibility ay nasa gobyerno pa rin, Sito, no? I cannot just say na tayo lang. Kasi kung tayo lang, Sito, walang tulong sa gobyerno, patay na lalo tayo. And then, I was listening to you, yung usapan ninyo ni Secretary Bello. So very important sa ECQ, yung Social Amelioration Program natin. At sana, I would actually suggest wag lang yung isang beses natin binibigyan ang mga tao. Kasi hindi lang naman isang beses kakain ang tao. So habang wala ho silang trabaho, sana naman po ay bigyan natin, tuloy-tuloy ho yung pagbibigay natin ng tulong sa lahat. Hindi lang po doon sa indigents, no? Kasi minsan nakakalimutan no? Indigents lang ang nabibigyan. Pero yung middle class, yung mga regular workers natin,
Nawala talagang trabaho.
minsan walang tulong talaga. Kawawa naman ho. No? So,
Okay.
let us not forget any Filipinos for that matter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maricar. At least naliwanagan ang mga mamamayan. So kumbaga hindi self-medication but consultation. Consult your physician daily. Maraming salamat, Dr. Maricar Limpin, Vice President, Philippine College of Physicians. Okay, yan po si Dr. Maricar, and we've gone overtime. Thank you, and paalala na lang po sa inyo, when in doubt, call the doc. The doctor is always in. Thank you very much. I'm Cito Beltran. God bless all of you. Let's pray for our nation, our leaders, and let's thank God for whatever mercies we have this day, this week. Have a great day.